Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center. Welcome to the world of magic and miracles. And welcome to your beautiful and perfect world. It feels like it's been forever since I broadcast last. There's been so much going on. So last broadcast was on the anniversary of mine and Kathleen's wedding in Scotland. And today is the anniversary of our Santa Barbara wedding. So I'm bursting with joy and love and appreciation. I have so much to share with all of you. And on this day, 5 years ago, we wed at Robert and Barbara's house. It is a day that was beyond perfect. One of the best days of my life. And to be surrounded by friends and family, the love and the joy and the celebration, the harmony. It was like no other. Such beauty. So it's all the more special to broadcast on this day. A day that lives on in all who were there. And it was just jam-packed in every moment with such preciousness and beauty and love. One of the highlights of my life. As I stood facing my bride in the albeit very hot Santa Barbara sunshine, me and my fellow kilted men in thick gauge wool, but somehow the heat didn't become an issue. As the love and the sacredness of what was unfolding took the attention of everyone. So happy anniversary, my love, Kathleen. I love you. I have always loved you. And thank you for everyone who made that day so perfect. And one of those kilted men, so Robert and David and Bryce all wore the kilts of Scotland. and Bryce, my stepson, just got married in New Jersey in this beautiful old manor house. And it was also a perfect wedding. There was so much love and beauty. Everything felt so perfect, so harmonious. It felt we were all in the same frequency of joy. I was so grateful to be there. So much celebration and dancing. And being there reminded me so much of both of our wedding ceremonies. And it's funny how, particularly weddings, can have so many details that on the other side of it maybe don't feel as important. But we can get caught up in the things that we feel we're supposed to do, whether that is born from our mind or our programming. But all that's really important is that we're all together celebrating the love of two people and rejoicing in all that that union will bring to their lives and to all life. As love and all that is behind that word. That is what has the power to give us our perfect life. It's not all the things that go on in our mind, all the bullshit that we've collected, been given as we've gone through our life here on earth. And we're all moving so fast, and we're leaving all of that behind. It may show up to be seen and be put in its rightful place, or it may just fall off the back of the truck as it no longer serves you. But all of this is happening, and possibly, fortunately, not consciously, as our mind would probably wade in and make a mess, as our mind can do. I finally had an awareness all through the simplicity of playing a game called Mexican Train. It's a domino game, and on your first go, you can lay as many tiles or dominoes as you can, as long as one side matches the other. And I had the experience, because there are so many options, of analyzing all my options, choosing which was going to be the most effective. But then occasionally, the first signal I got, I followed. And albeit such a tiny thing, through that, I saw how my mind tries to control, and from that place of logic, make a decision. But every time I abandoned that and followed the first signal, it brought so much ease. It was effortless. I wasn't in my own way. And albeit just a game, it illuminated something in me that I hadn't seen in that way. And there's so many other things that are showing up for me. Because these patterns, these behaviors, our mind taking the helm, it can block the signals that we receive. It can block the magic and the miracles. We don't know what's coming around the corner from a place of our mind and logic, but our heart and the signals we receive every moment of every day, it's all guiding us to stay in the magic and the miracles that is our birthright. And those signals can come from all kinds of places. And I used to see them as thoughts, that they could be dismissed with a next thought. And that was the gift of that awareness, playing that game. So they can be little signposts on the road, and our logic and our plan can be the big sign. I need to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And if we're only looking at the big sign over the freeway, we miss those little signs. And we don't experience the magic and the miracle that could have been. I had such an amazing experience just last week where in the morning before work I went for a walk, and as I opened the back gate, there's trees that line our driveway, and in the first tree, just 2 feet away from me, was a squirrel. And I was speaking to this squirrel, and initially I had the thought of, this squirrel's just looking at me, probably thinking, who the hell's this guy? But as I was speaking, the squirrel would put its head forward, and I could feel beyond the words that there was a communication. And it was so beautiful, so precious, so unexpected, a gift. And I was telling this little squirrel that I loved her. And it was so sweet. She pulled her paw up and brought it to her heart. It was magical. And there is magic around us every single moment of every single day. Whether we see it or acknowledge it, it's all there. But we see it so much clearer when we live in our heart, when we follow those signals, the guidance that comes from all of our friends in all the dimensions, the outer reaches of the universe, from loved ones that have passed over. We are receiving it all. But we have free will. So we can either choose to hear it or not. And sometimes we don't really hear it because there's so much going on in our head. The volume is up at 10. So I invite you to see the signs on that road with clarity, and that your brain, that we all know is fucked, have its rightful place, but our heart and our awareness, our intuition, and the gifts that we came to Earth with steer our beautiful life, deliver wondrous and magical experiences that we can share with one another, with all of creation. last night, as part, or I'll start again. Last night, Kathleen surprised me with an anniversary gift. So we drove, or she drove, and we arrived at a yoga studio where there was a gong bath. And it was incredible. This gentleman had so many instruments, and he was a master at creating an amazing space and playing these instruments. But what was equally amazing, if not more, was how generous he was after he'd finished playing. He invited people to ask questions, to come up and play all the instruments. There was no preciousness there was such a welcome, such an open heart. It was so beautiful. And that is where we all are and can all be, where we share our spirit, our divinity, and our love with each and every single being. In form or out. So with that, I share all my love, all my honor, all my mischief with you, my friends, so we may all have a perfect life with perfect health and a exquisite, magic-filled future filled with celebration. Thank you so much for joining me here on this special day. I am Adrian.